And definitely, as a country, we must rise to the occasion and feel that we owe, that we need to dignify them. The part that I find interesting in that write-up, I've not found out the details. I'll endeavor to do so, but I've seen one line that says that if this is enacted now, the retired presidents will be earning about 3 million shillings a month, which is
even more than
more than the salary of the sitting president. That's the part that interested me. You know how you earn more, double when you retire than when you're in office.
Senator, even as you check social media there, of course, the biggest concern in that headline is a 15.6% rise in the pension, because I don't, as the Senator says, I don't think Kenyans really mind their former presidents living a comfortable life, but do we have to increase it?
First of all, who is a retired president? The history we have is that a retired president in Kenya will obviously be somebody 60 years and above. That is somebody who doesn't require that kind of money. He has no family to support. The only thing he needs is to eat, drive around, get medical insurance, get access to good medical services and what have you. So I want to call upon President Kibaki, because he's very rich, and President Moi, they are very rich. They should lead by refusing to accept that money.
They should reject
they should reject this money. They only accept medical. That's it. Otherwise, an old man like Kibaki is given the burden of going to an office somewhere in Nairobi. What is he doing there? Why can't he go and play with his children, there? And if he doesn't like Othaya, his grandchildren, he can invite them and play with them in his home in America. This kind of nonsense must stop. People who are talking about Donald Trump, and Trump has addressed this. He has said, I'll only, how much was he saying he was going to earn, was it?
$1, $400 a month.
A month?
A year.
A year. African presidents must lead by telling the citizenry that they are serving the country. But now, after stealing from us, and now in retirement, they want to...
Now, are you accusing... you've just made an accusation that you can't substantiate, that they stole from us.
I didn't mention a name. I just said...
we know who we're talking about.
We're talking about the systems, that they presided over. Moi's system stole from us. They presided over Golden Bag. Kibaki's system stole from us. They presided over Anglo-Leasing. It's a fact. And the documents are there in Parliament. They stole from us. Let them give us a break. Yes, they don't need this money.
For me, I look at it a little differently. So long as our pension should be commensurate to salary. There's no way pension will be more than salary. And there are many other retired civil servants or public officers who are also on pension. And it should be commensurate, so that we have a law which is uniform. And I believe these were servants of the people. I personally admire very much. Some people may not appreciate. There are certain good things Moi did. There are certain good things President Kibaki did, and especially President Kibaki. He led by example, and I wish the current leaders and the future leaders of this country could copy a lot of things President Kibaki did. He did not talk, and it was just mere talk. He acted. You can see the Thika Superhighway. He went to launch it when completed. You can see the only tarmac road in my constituency, and I saw him...
Where the president was yesterday.
Yes. He did not come to my constituency. He went to other parts of Makueni County, but not to my constituency. They did not tell me they were showing up in Makueni, so they cancelled the Makueni program last minute.
Because you were not...
It was cancelled yesterday morning. I complained that they did not notify me, and it was not fair for them to do that. But most important, the road between Wote and Makindu, President Kibaki came to launch it, completed, and finished. And I think that's how a president should work. In fact, for that, I don't mind him being paid any pensions, because he worked for the country. But for people who don't work for the country, you go launch projects which are never done. As soon as the president leaves, everything is... the contractor leaves with you. I think it's very ridiculous. You know, there are very many projects in the country. Yesterday they were in Makueni. I went to the Rift Valley. I was surprised. Actually, the president and deputy are just playing politics around the country. They should copy the example of President Kibaki. He never praised himself. He never said, I've done this and that. He just did it. People saw it. And they liked it. And I think this...
He deserves
he deserves it. You know, it's not I said commensurate to his salary.
Honorable Manzo has, you know, maybe contradicted yourself. Apologize for that, maybe, to our people, because, you know, you cannot speak about yesterday. That they were there yesterday and the day before yesterday, and then you say that you're speaking from experience about projects which are launched in your place
by President Kibaki.
Because I mean, unless you're speaking about, like I've said, the experience of yesterday and the day before yesterday, because that's when the projects were launched in your place in Makueni. What you do, and this is the fact. The fact is that you can launch projects either at inception or completion. That's a matter of choice. And the point is, once they have been launched, follow-up is done and they're completed, and that's what has been happening. Of course, sometimes there are the intermittent periods where you have to streamline paperwork and so on. The fact is the commitment to do the job and have it done. But something interesting that Senator Harole said I wanted to comment on, that's on the pledge by Trump to earn only $400. You know, Trump is a very smart guy, and people don't see this, because this guy has made himself, let me say in quotes, into the billionaire that he is, and he knows how to work his way up there. When you hear him saying that, with all due respect, that he's going to be earning $400, and you know, this is a guy with a mega empire in the United States and the world over. I mean, he knows the benefits now that he has found his way into that office. Just the mention that is a Trump empire, is a Trump brand, and he's the president, and so you're going to buy or borrow or go into his tower or be his tenant. That is premium. So now he knows he will not need the little money. I mean, so he will earn it different.
We've had similar sentiments by politicians even here in Nairobi, where I believe it's a senator who said all his salary goes towards charity, and it's not something very new even to us. But now, as we wrap up our news review, I want us to talk about a headline that is not really on the dailies, but I think I saw it somewhere on the Standard. Raila Mudavadi storm Mount Kenya, but a different angle you're looking at, and it's on Citizen TV. And if my director could help me with this story that ran on Citizen TV about Raila Mudavadi's visit to Tharaka Nithi. And Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka now says he will meet Raila Odinga today for talks over the ODM leader's seemingly blossoming alliance with Musalia Mudavadi. The meeting comes amid speculation that the entry of Mudavadi and the talk of a super alliance have left Kalonzo and his counterpart Ford Kenya's Moses Wetangula feeling a bit sidelined. This story by Stephen Leto. We'll wrap it up with that.
For the second day running, CORD leader Raila Odinga and ANC boss Musalia Mudavadi shared a political event and pledged to cement a new alliance. The duo took their newfound relationship to President Kenyatta's stronghold of Tharaka Nithi with a rally at Kathuana Market.
Na mimi kuja hapa tukiandamana na Raila, mimi ni mwanachama wa ANC kama party leader, yeye ni party leader wa chama cha ODM, lakini tunasema we have a common objective ya kuhakikisha kwamba Wakenya waokolewe kutoka kwa hizi shida ambazo ni za ufisadi na watu kunyanyaswa.
Odinga dismissing speculations that he was sidelining his CORD principals Kalonzo Musyoka and Moses Wetangula.
Sisi tumeungana pamoja. Umeona Musalia Mudavadi amekuja hapa, sio? Na ameleta salamu ya Kalonzo Musyoka. Unapokea? Salamu ya Moses Wetangula. Unapokea? Joho vile vile. Na Oparanya. Na Isaac Ruto.
Na sisi tumeungana pamoja kama watu wa ODM, watu wa Wiper, watu wa Ford Kenya na watu wa ANC, na kuna wengine bado wanakuja.
Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, who today chaired the party's NEC meeting, termed the ongoing NASA talks as delicate.
Kesho nina kikao na ndugu yangu Raila, ajaribu anielezee yale ambayo walikuwa wanazungumza Laikipia, lakini nilikuwa na habari kwamba walikuwa wanasafiri pamoja, kwani alinijulisha na Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi.
But sadly for politicians, the law has snatched from them their most favorite political platform, that is the Harambes. And effective midnight, the law requires that no politician will be allowed to participate directly or indirectly in Harambes, failure to which they could be banned from participating in the next general election. Stephen Leto for Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Yes, a reminder there by Stephen Leto that the ban on Harambes for any person who hopes to seek elective seats next year begins today. So, Bwana Halwale, Bwana Manzo, and Bwana Matangi, if you're seen in any Harambe, that is the end of your
political career
to get re-elected. But back to the issue about the Super Alliance talk and within the opposition circles, and we'll probably start with you, Bwana Matangi, because you do have a representative from Ford Kenya and another one from Wiper. But what do you read into this, seeing Mudavadi and Raila Odinga going to a place like Tharaka Nithi together?
Well,
and actually managing to pull a crowd.
Yes, I read from one of the papers early in the morning, and what they were saying is actually they're promising. It's a promise that they're making to the people that in the very near future they're going to be uniting and coming up with this so-called NASA. And this is a promise they've made before. I mean, it's a promise they've made many times. So if this promise is ever going to come true, and for them to go around together, well, so be it. But the question that lingers on my mind all the time when I see these gentlemen is when they go there and pretend to say that this is what we are going to do this coming year. My question has always been, what is it that you are saying you are going to do this coming year, next year, that you have not done for the last 30 years or 35 years? Really? I mean, because the only way, I said this I think in the last appearance we had here, if you want to know and understand a man before you judge him, look at his history. And that will help you piece up together the pieces that show you that this is the kind of person you're dealing with. Now, all these gentlemen have got a very long political history. And political history in as far as personal achievements and achievements in offices they have held are concerned. And they're well documented. So, and remember that Musalia Mudavadi was also the vice president of this country at one point. Now, Raila Odinga was the Prime Minister for a whole long 5 years. Besides that, between the two of them, they have held key positions in this country, from leading major, big ministries that can cause huge impact in the lives of these people, of our people. And so, this question they have to, if they are sincere, because you say, I will, and then you show. I will, then you show. They will require to rise above the talk. And Manzo was talking about talking talk. They would need to stop talking talk and tell the people that what we are saying we will do is this. But I want you to listen to their talk all the time, to that so-called, I think it's a good word to label it, because it's just talk. That when we come to office, we are going to remove Jubilee. That is their main agenda. When we come to office, we are going to remove Jubilee. Once they remove Jubilee, so what? If they did. And this is what I'm saying. If they are serious about leading this country to the next level, at the time when it comes, maybe sometimes in the future, I hope, and when they have a better agenda, because right now they don't have an agenda, what they require to do is, by show of record, tell our people in this country that this is what we have to offer. They've been talking about the Jubilee Manifesto. I've telling them along many times. Where is their manifesto? Which manifesto have they ever held? Which we can use to hold them accountable, if indeed they ever get into office.
Let's now discuss the court politics and this what is being described as a seemingly blossoming alliance between Musalia Mudavadi and Raila Odinga, and what it does to the other partners within CORD. We've already seen Kalonzo Musyoka saying, I'll have to meet Raila for him to explain to me what he was saying in Laikipia. And even Bwana Raila Odinga feeling the need to actually tell the crowd that yeye hata nimeleta salamu ya Bwana Moses Wetangula. isn't it true that yes, these core principles, the two, Moses Wetangula and Kalonzo Musyoka, are feeling sidelined by the entry of Musalia Mudavadi into the fray?
The realization of a united opposition is no longer news. What is news is whether, upon the four parties coming together, as you put it, Kalonzo would bolt or Wetangula would bolt. I want to confirm, as the deputy party leader of Ford Kenya, that we are fully aware of the undercurrents, and Wetangula is not going to pull out of the united opposition. That is a fact.
Okay.
I had an opportunity to have a long discussion with the former Vice President, His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka, last night. And what now you want to make as a big thing about his meeting with Raila is actually an ordinary meeting. In fact, we have been mobilized on our phones by none other than Norman Magaya, that please come to Capitol Hill for a normal meeting.
But listen to Bwana Kalonzo saying there that I will meet Raila for him to tell me what he was saying in Laikipia.
Precisely. Yes. Because that is a normal management meeting that we normally have. We are going there.
For one principal to explain to the other co-principal why they said what they said?
No. Maonzo will add. Of course, one who is outside the coalition would want to spin it in the direction that suits them. To spin it in the manner that you are suggesting, in the manner that my brother colleague is suggesting, it is in the interest of Jubilee. For example, when my brother, you say, we have nothing to show for the years that we have been in power, and you say Mudavadi and Raila, Kalonzo combined together, do you know you're forgetting a very important thing, i.e. the structure of the executive over those years when these guys were in power was such that all the power was concentrated in the hands of the president. And at no time has any of the people you've mentioned been in power. The people who have an explanation to give for all those years, 50 of them, not 35 but 50, it is Uhuru and Ruto. Why? Because Uhuru, during that time, he has himself been a president, his father has been a president, and his uncle Mwai Kibaki has been a president. On the other one, deputy president, his grandfather, can you relax? His grandfather Moi has been a president.
Let me correct you on something. When you talk, a very quick one, a very quick one, when you talk about what is it that they would have done, I want to draw a very quick example by what I mean. Look at the track record of, and God rest his soul in peace, of the former minister, the late Michuki. I mean, if you look at the achievements of Michuki in his ministry, you would say this man did.
But gentlemen,
what is it?
Yes, I need Daniel Manzo to comment on this happenings with the when Matangi put that your party leader appeared, and we just watched the clip, appeared not very happy about the happenings.
I don't think you should read much into this, because you know, while the president and his deputy were milking bulls in Makueni.
Milking bulls?
Yeah, they were milking bulls because they got no milk from Makueni. Not even a single vote. I can assure you, while they were doing that, I went to the party leader of Wiper, Kalonzo Musyoka, sent myself and the Honorable Macau to the Rift Valley, where we had 3 wonderful rallies. One in Baringo, very big one, where we were with Gideon Moi, and Ngeno, among many other CORD-affiliated MPs. The final one was in Emura Dikir, where even Joho was there, Oparanya was there, I was there, Isaac Ruto was there. So many. I mean, the rally there was 15,000 plus. So I can assure you, Jubilee is also has been eaten halfway.
So the meeting today between Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga will not feature what happened.
So why will Kalonzo Musyoka?